Hey guys, how's it going? Just a quick recap. It looks like part of the meeting didn't get recorded, so I'm gonna recap the ChotuKool experience, the ChotuKool story, and give a little detail on the case study that I expect from y'all to be done next Tuesday for a discussion, but you can turn it in still on Wednesday. Maybe your opinions will evolve a little. So I'm gonna do a quick screen share and give y'all the ChotuKool story. So your case study will be focused on this. It's 2-page max, single spaced. All the instructions are in your syllabus. I'll also include them on the Canva and I'll email you them. So there's no way you can miss them, okay? And we're gonna be focusing on the ChotuKool experience. So ChotuKool, as you can see in this picture, is a simple innovation that started in India. It actually was focused on rural India and some issues they were having. And it was built by this team at Godrej and Boyce. Okay, so Godrej and Boyce is actually a 115-year-old company, and their main focus was appliances. So they were experts at importing technology from foreign companies, putting that together, and then selling it to the wealthy market in India. So India has a huge amount of people making the market pretty big, regardless of who you're aiming at. But before long, other companies from Asian markets actually flooded the market with their own product, as opposed to giving Godrej and Boyce their expertise, their product. They sold directly to the distributors. There was no need for Godrej and Boyce. So they were panicked. They were trying to figure out how they could find a space in the market. And so they adjusted. And how did they do that? Well, they went out and looked for an opportunity, and they found one in the fact that 80% of households lack refrigeration in India. That's a huge insight. That's a huge market opportunity. I mean, we're talking about 80% of over 1 billion people. So they focused in on rural India, and they started to try and figure out, well, what are the major problems, the issues that are holding these people back? Why don't they have a refrigerator? Maybe we can just sell them a small refrigerator at a decent price. And as they got deeper, as they got into the villages, as they got talking to people, they understood more the picture. They understood more the core issues. So power surges. They couldn't buy an actual refrigerator regardless of the size, because power surges limited the functionality of it. It would burn the plug. It would break the system. There would be days without power where all the food would go bad, and you would just have a large box that was useless sitting, taking up space in your house. 2, low income. We're talking farmers that make very little money, maybe less than $2 a day on average, easy. They couldn't afford something that was over $100. So can't plug it in, can't afford it. And on top of that, they actually physically couldn't get to a store to buy it. If they were to purchase a refrigerator at the store, they would then have to physically carry it home. Another barrier to the design, right? So they've got these major problems. They know a market exists. They need to know if a need exists. So when they're in these villages, they start observing people. They learn that women in general are the ones running the households. They're the ones the majority of the time at home. They're the ones that go out and actually do the grocery shopping. In this case, they go to a market, and they're having to do it every day because they have no place to actually store their food. So their food goes bad within the day. That means a huge amount of time of their life is spent going to and from the market, preparing meals, and actually trying to figure out how they can't overspend, right? So if you're living meal to meal and you're also not able to keep any of the leftovers, that means you're going to throw away a large portion of value, things that you need. So huge concern for the people living there. So once they understood the situation a little more, they created this product, ChotuKool. So it looks a lot like an ice chest because it actually functions a lot like an ice chest. So it has a cooling mechanism. All the mechanics on it are built on the lid, which means it's easy to replace and easy to remove. So the core of it will always remain the same, the actual ice chest part, but the cooling system is on top. And what's unique about it is, as opposed to using a compressor like a normal refrigerator, this uses an electro cooling system that's powered by a 12-volt battery, which is very, very affordable, very easy to find, very easy to replace. On top of that, they had this decent product that they knew could keep food refrigerated for multiple days. They also built it with the top this way because one of the worries was 90-degree plus temperatures mean anytime you open that, you're going to lose a lot of the cooling. You're going to lose a lot of the power, and the efficiency of it made it to where if they put the top actually on top, well, heat rises, so the cool air actually would stay down for a longer period of time. So energy consuming, not worried about that. They know it doesn't plug in. They know it can last a long time. They know it's portable. Now, affordable. What do they even charge for it? Well, they go back to a village. They go to a village fair, and these women have communities, these little community groups that they actually speak with that are very influential in their lives. So they speak with these groups and get an understanding about what is the potential price point. After settling on $50, which is relatively affordable, they also realized, well, relative to who? They figured, let's set up financing. They offered financing for it. They allowed communities to buy them, individuals, neighborhoods, neighbors, to pool together and purchase these products. Now, the issue comes up again. We have this product. We have a market. How do we get it to them? How do they learn about it? And they took a unique approach because there are no big box stores. There are no stores in most of these rural places where they're trying to sell the product. So how and where do they sell it? Well, there is one thing that is spread across all over India, and that's the post office. And the postman actually plays a different role in their culture. He's very trusted, very respected. They actually will listen to him. So ChotuKool comes up with the concept of partnering with post offices, providing their product there, and allowing the post office, the postman himself, to actually be a salesman for ChotuKool. That means their visibility goes up, their product has an easier place to sell, and being so portable, they can actually carry one if they do sell it. So now ChotuKool, solving all these problems, 80% market opportunity in India. I need you to define, based on what we mentioned earlier in the class about the different types of innovation, I need you to define what type of innovation it is. Is it incremental, architectural, disruptive, or radical? And then within Doblin's framework, what characteristics of the 10 types of innovation, what types does ChotuKool have embedded in it? From product to brands and everything in between, right? Now you're going to do this in 2 pages max. Again, 2 pages max. I want you to argue for your beliefs and also tell me how you would improve this product. And if the product went wrong in any way, where would you improve it? What other markets could it be sold to? Make sure types of innovation, the 4 types, the innovation matrix, include that, the Doblin's framework, and then I want you to include how you would improve it, what you would adjust to make it work. Okay? Thank you. Talk to you soon. If you have any questions, email me.